Well, welcome to the latest Star Sports Zoom Room, which is a little bit different because you'll notice the absence of Lofty. He's busy sunning himself in far nicer places than where we are. But I'm very pleased to say I'm joined by one of the part owners of Faughn Rebel, Louise Warr. Thank you so much for joining us, Louise. And ahead of a massive final on Saturday night, the Olympic final, Category 1, £10,000 to the winner. And your boy has made it. Congratulations.
Thank
You must be very excited.
I'm excited and nervous. The nerves have started to kick in the closer we get to Saturday.
I'm sure that's the joy of Greyhound ownership, isn't it? But I'll run through the prices with Star Sports. So Trap 1, Born a Wine is a 6-1 chance. Trap 2, Siomra Razzle is 7-1. It's 6-4 favourite Trump's Benefit in Trap 3. Your Boy Faughn Rebel is a 6-1 chance. Prince of Troy is 20-1. And Smurfs Machine, the 2020 Derby finalist, is a 15-8 chance. So two real fancied runners there, and then bigger prices for the rest. I know that you've been at every single round. What have you made of the final? Do you think it seems a true reflection of the quality of competition it is?
Yeah, definitely. It's one of those finals where you look at and there's not one dog that stands out as, oh, I think that's definitely going to win. They've all got their own stories. They've all got there on merit. So yeah, no, it's definitely a really good final, and one of the better ones that they've had over the last few years, I think.
And well, talking of stories, we have to touch on the story of Faughn Rebel because he has had a very up and down career. I think it's fair to say you've had a lot of disappointing times with him, particularly when he was withdrawn from this competition last year, and then also the Derby quarterfinals in the summer when he was 100% retired, wasn't he?
Yeah, so this time last year he came down with a sickness bug and wiped out the whole of the Yates kennel in the process. He had just finished a length behind Bocco's Doomy in the heats, and we really sort of thought that was his chance. He loves the distance. He loves Hove. We thought that would be his chance as a first Category 1 final. It didn't happen. We did finally get our big final moment in January last year. He got to the final of the Blue Ribbon but went lame, and that was sort of just a sign of more things to come. Obviously, he got through to the Derby quarterfinals, and then the next morning we had the phone call from Richard that as they'd got him off the van that night, he was lame. At the time, we didn't know how bad it was. We knew that was his Derby over, and then by Monday afternoon, we knew that was career over for him. Dogs don't come back from stopper bone injuries. Well, or so we thought.
Exactly. And I was lucky enough to go and see him at Richard Yates' kennel a couple of weeks ago. And he can't believe that this dog has come back, and not just come back, but made a final of this quality, running so well.
None of us can. We've all said from the very beginning, just taking it sort of day by day with him. The plan was never necessarily to get him back racing again. He went on to Barty to try and help him in his retirement, and anything we could do to make him as comfortable as possible going forward, because the boy loves to run, whether it's on a track or not. Anything we could do for him would help. Obviously, it was in the back of our minds that would be the ultimate goal, but I don't think any of us believed we would get there. And it's taken a lot of hard work, and it's been emotional at times, but yeah, it's nice that not only is he back, but he's back and back to his old self. Although we would have loved to have seen him just run at all, to be able to come back and do it in the way he's doing is just beyond all of our wildest dreams.
It really is amazing. And like I said, you've been to every round of the competition. I know you've been keeping a close eye on the rivals that you're up against. So what do you think, first of all, of Trump's Benefit? Because he looks like he might go off the favourite. He has to do it the hard way, but so impressive, particularly in his semi-final.
He is just one of those dogs that is only going to get better and better. He's still a baby, and has proved that he doesn't have to lead to do it. And in all honesty, you can see why he's favourite. He's not always got it right in the heat, the heats or the semi-finals, but he showed what a class animal he is, and that he will make up as much ground as he needs to. And I think it probably will, rightly so, go off favourite.
He's obviously on your inside in trap 3. I think that's a really good draw for you because Rebel can, you would think, looking at the form, lead him up.
We would hope so. I know a lot of people would initially look at the draw and think that it's not in Rebel's favour. He has actually 1 out of 3, so he can do it. He was middle seeded throughout the Derby, so it's not a problem for him. It does help having a slower starter on his inside, and yeah, we would hope that he would lead him up. If we don't lead him up, it's game over. So if he can get it right early, then we'd like to think he could go toe to toe with him.
I think Smurfs Machine, who's the other one fancied in the betting, 15-8 at the moment with Star Sports, he's one that probably has had an up and down career comparable to Faughn Rebel, because obviously he's had injury niggles, and after looking so promising in that 2020 Derby at such a young age and making the final, then his career has been a little bit topsy-turvy. But he also looks to be running at the top of his game at the moment, obviously winning his last 2 and so impressively.
Yeah, he's been running really well. He had a blip in an A1 at Hove a few weeks back, which I think more has been made of than it probably should have. He finished second to Lanzo the other week, and that sort of proved that he'd often looked like a dog that could only do it off the front, but chasing down Lanzo, this kind of proved that he can do it. There's no doubt about it. Seamus will have him in the best condition of his life, ready for Saturday. The man knows how to win a final, and you would not want to write him off at all.
Absolutely. Obviously, a few that are bigger prices. You said you think any dog can win it. Anything in particular at bigger prices that jumps out of the race for you?
Sioma Razzle would be the sort of bigger price one that jumps out for me. It ran really well in the semi-final and ran on late. Doesn't always have to do it that way. That would be sort of my pick of the bigger priced dogs in the race.
And I know that you've been looking at it unbiasedly. So what would be your tip, and what sort of chance do you give Faughn Rebel as well?
Aside from our boy, because I think we'd all be lying if we said that we hadn't thought about the dream fairy tale story and we hadn't thought of him winning. Aside from him, I would probably go Smurfs Machine. He's at home. He loves Hove. Seamus will be doing everything to get him right. And, you know, if it can't be Rebel, then I would love to see it be him. Both Seamus and Teresa have been so supportive and so lovely, and always the first ones to come up and have a nice word about Reb. So if it couldn't be him, it would be really lovely if it was them.
Yeah, it would be lovely to see Smurfs Machine winning a Category 1 final. I think he would well deserve it as well. I just wanted to touch on stuff away from the track, because obviously I follow you on social media and consistently see how much you absolutely love your greyhounds, particularly obviously Faughn Rebel. What is it about them? They're just such gentle giants. I wouldn't have necessarily said I was a dog person before sort of 8 years ago when we first went up to Richard's kennels, and they're just, yeah, they take over your heart. If you ask my dad, he will tell anyone that listens that I wasn't going to get attached to Reb. Him, Maz, and one of the other owners from the kennels, Jim, they, along with Richard, bought shares in this dog and brought him over up from Ireland, which was an alien experience for me. All of our other dogs that we've had and have got now have all been bred by Richard at Presswood. So I was like, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to, I'll have the same bond with him. And the first day we met him, he jumped all over me and wanted fuss, and that was sort of it. It's hard not to fall in love with them, especially when they're like Rebel. You've met him. He loves a fuss. He absolutely adores attention. I think that's probably one of the reasons why he's enjoying being back running so much. He absolutely adores the ladies that work in the kennels at Hove. Any chance for a fuss, and he is up for it. Well, I would say to anybody that wants to follow you on social media, and we'll put your Twitter handle in this video, but definitely it really demonstrates the joys of greyhound ownership and what these dogs mean to us all. So thank you for that, and thank you for this interview. I know it's the first one you've done. You're very good, and we hope to hear more from you. And best of luck on Saturday night. I hope you manage to enjoy it. I know you'll be very nervous, but I hope you enjoy it. And look, come off safe and sound. That's the main thing. But good luck winning that category 1.
Thank you.
Thanks, Louise.
Thank you.